But
I'm all about the small wins. All about the small wins. Because
celebrate them.
look, this past weekend, this weekend, I really realized I know a lot, and I'm not even utilizing half the stuff that I know. I'm not even putting together half the ideas that I have, and why. I'm stopping myself from being better than what I am right now.
Hmm.
And that's why I had to swallow my pride and send that text out this morning. I wasn't happy about it, but they could have been like, "I told you so," but they didn't, which
But
I
listen, do you know what that did for you? And I got a quick story. Years ago, I'm reading this book because I like to read things that help me to improve and be better. And it was saying that what you have to do in order to move on from certain situations is apologize, even if you don't feel like you did something wrong. And so apologize and I'm sorry are two different things to me. So I can apologize to you because if I made you feel a certain way, your feelings got hurt, we're not together in a relationship, friendships is not doing that, we're not working together business wise. I can be grown enough to apologize to you because maybe I don't realize, however, what I did affected you. Now, I did that years ago to several people, and I called and I said, listen, if we never speak again, I just want to let you know if you felt some kind of way about whatever happened, I apologize. Now, one of my best friends now, we talk on a regular basis, she in South Carolina, and it's just like I had to do that. Now, I did do something wrong in that situation, so I apologize, but at the time, you didn't want to apologize because you were just so right. And sometimes it's not about being right, even if you are right, but it's about understanding somebody else's feelings. But this is what's going to happen. Because, I like to say, I like to prophesy. That person that you apologize to was blocking something because they would have never gave you some opportunities that they will give you now, because you was grown enough to go ahead and call them or text them and realize that you were wrong and that they were right. And now it will be something that they were not going to do for you before that they'll do for you now. And it's not necessarily about that, but it's about you being grown enough to realize that, and mature enough and smart enough and savvy enough that now all of a sudden all kinds of things will open to you because you gave the path for that to actually happen. And that's what happened to me. Now it's some that I did that too, and we still don't necessarily talk, but we knew we had that one great last conversation, and that was it. And my heart is clear. That same thing can happen in business. It's some people that have done me dirty. Okay, it's some people that owe me money right now. It's all kinds of things, but guess what? You just got to let it go. And when you apologize, this is where the thing is. When you apologize, you take back the power in the relationship. That's the difference.
it's just I could beat you up right now.
I'm telling
Like,
you, wait till they call you or text you or something and ask you to do something or tell you somebody wants you for something. That's what's getting ready to happen, because you took back the power and saying, you know what, you was right. And now it's gonna come back. I promise you. You're gonna get some greatness from that
I'm in
one
a
text message.
situation
It's
like
coming
that.
back.
Yeah, I'm in a situation like that right now, and I've apologized indirectly. I haven't apologized directly. There's a person in the middle that's trying to make that happen. I don't know if we actually will apologize or I actually will apologize directly. But what I think I will do is I think I will extend the olive branch and say, look, I apologize. I underestimated the situation. I didn't mean for X, Y, and Z to happen. I wish you all the best.
Mm-hmm.
We may not have those friends, and that is fine. But I do want you to know I sincerely apologize. And I really do. It is a situation. And I recommended this person for something, even though I don't mess with her. I recommended her for something because of the simple fact that if I didn't feel she was the best fit for it, I wouldn't have recommended her for it. And if I didn't feel that she could get it done and it could be good and of some sort of quality, I wouldn't have recommended her for it. But
Yeah.
Chisa, oh my
I'm telling
God.
you, I have done the same thing. I fell out with somebody. Then somebody asked me, well, do you know somebody that can do such and such? I say, yeah. Sent them over to her. She went ahead and got the client and worked with them for a while, and she got some money. I'm not here to stop anybody's money. I'm here to get what belongs to me. And what belongs to me is a clear conscience. What belongs to me is knowing, and this is the issue. I don't know if this is a Gemini thing, or if this is a New York thing, I love to be right. I do. I love it. But I
I'm with
don't
you,
rub it
New
in
York.
people's face as much as I used to. And I think that that little feeling of being right, if and you know, like you could tell a person, nah, you shouldn't do such and such, you shouldn't blase. They ask you for your opinion, boom, boom, boom. And then you see that you was right. And then their stuff just turned into shambles. And then you just like, I was right. So, or you be like, look, I knew you should have worked with them. I knew you, or like you see people, they listen to you, but they listen to you years or months down the line. And I just sit there and I'm still like, I was right. I knew that was going to work. I knew you should have did that. And you can see it. And it's just like, that's satisfaction too. Satisfaction of knowing that whether you said do this or don't do this and you see the results, like you can still get satisfaction. And I want people, let me say this, and this might help somebody. Every time that I have decided that I am not dealing with somebody, every time without fail, and this has been going on for years, when I make the decision that a relationship is over, and I'm just more so giving this in a business sense, I sit down with whoever the person is. We have the coming to Jesus meeting. I tell them why I'm not messing with them no more. And then I tell them, keep my name out your mouth. And I tell them, this conversation won't go any further than this. I'm not talking about you. I'm not doing such and such. And guess what? I wish you well. Because the thing is, they are good people, but I just can't work with them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I do stuff. Like it was a girl, she still owe me money to this day. We sat down, we do this event. She show up super late, acts like she's a guest, don't help with anything, has no money for the event. I spent the rest because she was supposed to bring the rest of her money. All kinds of excuses and everything. We sat down. I had to come in a Jesus meeting with her. And I literally gave this girl, this is how you do an event. And I gave her a handout. So this way she could go on and go forth and multiply. And I think that when you do things with that kind of energy of like, listen, it's not that you're a bad person. You just can't deal with me no more because you got one time to mess up my money and not do the right thing. And I can't be a part of that. To me, that's been, no matter what people have to say about you, if that's how I leave things on a note where you a good person, you just not for me anymore. Mm-hmm. That's the thing that I think that people have to respect, because I'm not working with them for XYZ reason. I don't need to tell you what the reason is, but at the same time, you can go work with them. If you want to do it, you go ahead and do it. But I sit back and I watch, and I'm just like, that person is still the same person. They haven't changed. They still messing people over. They're not doing such and such. Or you see down the line, they did change. Oh, okay, so you're doing things differently now. Like I told you to, XYZ amount of time ago. You know, either way, I think that you have to make the right decision for you. And if you want to be successful, you got to understand it's people you're not going to work with anymore, people that don't want to work with you for whatever reason, but you have to keep doing the best for you.
There it is. There it is in a nutshell. And I totally agree. I totally agree. You know, anytime you involved, it's always going to be good.
Listen, I try, you know what it is? I think for me, I really try to think about the experience that I want people to have. Mm-hmm. So I tell people when they come to my events, and I do this even online, I want you to feel welcome like you my best friend, you know? I want you to feel like if you come to my thing and you came by yourself, that you left with friends. So even when I get on, I'm doing a webinar, before I started, I'm like, hey, you know, thank you for joining. Get your pens and your papers, you know, get everything ready. And I'm just like, where are you, you know, calling in from? What's your business? Let me try to personalize things for you. I do that if I'm in person or if I'm online, because I think that a lot of times this stuff can be really intimidating to people. Pardon me. And being an extrovert, you know, extroverts just jump out into the crowd and it doesn't matter who's there and we just speak to everybody. But what I've noticed is that people will open up to you if you just treat them nice. Like, you don't treat them nice. That's it.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. All right, Chisa, look, we've been talking, girl. Yeah. And look, I could keep going on, but, and I mean, I know everything you do is of value. So I would never have to question that. And I know any of the information that you give is value. So, yeah, there's no misunderstanding there. It's just that we running out of time. We
No,
not
I
necessarily.
mean, listen, all that means is we got time to do some more stuff later on.
I know.
You know, and just to bring some different things back, different perspectives and all of that. And I have some plans for some things. So we're not running out of time. This is what they needed today, you know?
Yeah.
So whenever,
Yeah.
whoever you are that's watching today, I hope you got value out of this. And just know if you got value out of this, it's definitely value in everything else that's coming up, whether it's from Chisa Pennix-Brown or whether it's Kim Dynasty or whether it's us together, you're going to get value. Like that's it. And at the end of my stuff, I love to tell people, always make sure that you show up and show out and continue to give it to the people.
I know that's right.